damn it! On the move! Chad! Hey, Chad's down! Get those sons of bitches! Contact! We got hostiles, man! Come on, keep firing! You want it? You want a piece of me? Shit, gotta cool this thing down. I got your back, soldier. Take that shit! Get them, goddammit! Sons of bitches! God, take them down! You're dead! I'm dead! Got it! We got hostiles! Direct! Right behind you. This ain't gonna take it. Contact! We got hostiles, man! Smoke 'em, boys! Smoke 'em! Eyes on hostiles! Light those guys up!
I'm not gonna hurt you. I hope you'll be able to help me.
Honest, that's all I know.
Really appreciate it. Goodbye. Hey, don't be afraid. Can you elaborate on this?
That's all of it, in a nutshell.
I appreciate it. See you around.
Moving to cover.
Shit.
No, no, no!
Moving out. There, moving.
We got contact! Contact!
Target, don't try that.
If you see those assholes,
Relax. No need to be afraid. Any idea where this equipment might be found?
Yeah, I can tell you where this location is.
Many thanks, stranger.
Oh, please, just stop.
Please, get out of my space.
Hold there! Hit! it off, okay?
I have somewhere I have to be.
Dia sama.
Lost the target. Sweep and clear the area. Suppress the threat. Maneuvering for a better shot.
Đi băng sư hữu日啊。 那村的人拢无起来算哦。其他人呢、兔子。阿哥爸要算，我伫网咖，伊即摆搁咧当人啊，等位置啊，下阿哥摸。毋是行李写好，是头拄仔伊无讲要坐，啊，即摆要算的时阵才等。
rules are simple. Don't lead Sentinel to us, and don't be an asshole.
阿万呢？阿万呢？哦，阿万。
We ready to save Aroa?
Fox received a recording from his source. I'm not sure, but I think it could help.
What is it?
Play the recording.
I suppose you got tricked into inviting private military contractors to Aroa.
Well, I mean, not exactly. We're self-governing.
You used to be.
Okay, we used to be. We needed security. Not just as a police force, but as security. At least that's what Miles got me to finally admit.
Against pirates and the mole men and such.
Our drone security was limited. It still is. If unauthorized people land, we would know about it, but we couldn't do anything about it.
You're obviously not afraid of squatters. You were afraid of corporate spies?
We do get spies from time to time. Don't tell the shareholders, but the more our tech discoveries are disseminated throughout the world, the better off it'll be. But I was worried about the safety of our staff, the bombing. I just never imagined the antibiotics would be more deadly than the illness. Sentinel snuck a private army into the abandoned U.S. military complexes. Stone's been planning this takeover from day one. My colleague, Ayanna Puri, who dealt with this, certainly has a better picture.
This guy, Trey Stone, doesn't make things easy.
He always seemed kind of ambitious. He and Walker always had some friction.
Walker mentioned Stone before, but never in a friendly way. I take it he isn't very likable?
He's a creep. But I've had to work with all kinds of people before. Sometimes you tolerate jerks just because they get the job done.
Did he get the job done?
I don't actually know. He kind of insulated himself. As a subcontractor, I couldn't supervise him the way I did other people. I had to trust Walker when he said things were going well.
What's the deal with this chick on all the video screens, Ayanna Puri?
Yeah, my CFO.
I guess she's just, fulfilling her regular job duties, sharing the company news?
Yeah. Did you see the one where she said I was crazy? Having a mental breakdown or something?
It's not a bad propaganda campaign.
She's not as smart as she thinks she is. Her strategies were always traditional. She's never had any real vision.
So why keep her?
She seems so genuinely concerned about the employees' welfare. Now I see she's just playing office politics. She's more clever than smart. She's effectively taken over as CEO.
Hey, did Fox tell you who his inside source might be? I don't want to press him. I'm not even 100% sure that he has one, but if that source gets into trouble, he could need someone to help out.
He hasn't told me, and I doubt he would respond well to a man with a gun asking him the question.
Hey, you don't have to tell me, just as long as you know.
I don't know. And it's not like him to be quiet about anything. I mean, the things that guy told me about his ex-wife, it was like listening to a guy describe a squid eating a chocolate birthday cake. Nobody needs to hear that.
So, if he is keeping this secret, it must be pretty big.
Must be.
The Outcast bombing must have hit you pretty hard.
Maybe you read about it. I lost my wife in the September 11th attack on the World Trade Center.
Sorry, I didn't know. I guess I can't blame you for bringing in Stone and Sentinel.
Do you know what it feels like to lose someone?
Yeah, I do.
You get all torn up inside. You get to feel like you're falling, but it's an endless fall. You grab hold of anything you can.
So, what am I grabbing hold of now?
I don't know. Us. We need you, Nomad. But you probably need us every bit as much.
Hey, I've been hearing about that World 2.0 stuff, and maybe the world needs a software patch. But a utopia? Really?
People out there in the rest of the world, they think the Earth's dying. They have this belief in scarcity. They think that we'll run out of energy, out of space, or out of water, or anything. And that makes every day a crisis.
And World 2.0 would fix that crisis?
It was more about fixing that mentality. I wanted to show the rest of the world that with innovation, with creativity, and with a little courage, it's easy to see the universe is abundant.
And how about now?
It's still an abundant universe. That hasn't changed. Just, I thought I could keep out jealous people. And the cowards.
No getting away from them.
No. I'm probably not as brave as I want to be either.
How did you buy Aroa in the first place?
I didn't buy it. I leased it. Aroa is technically part of New Zealand, but the US had leased it for years.
Yeah, that's why there's the old naval station. But wouldn't it have been easier to rent a chunk of California or something? I'm sure there's a big stretch of the Mojave that nobody wants.
Yeah. The abandoned naval station here piqued our interest initially, hoping we could piggyback on the Cold War infrastructure. That was a wash. But once we had visited Aroa, its biodiversity won us over. Good Hope Mountain has ice, Infinity is surrounded by fields, and the swamps of Finn Bog sport as harsh a conditions as any good drone tester could wish for. We fell in love with the place. I bought the lease from the US government.
And now these are your islands. No government but Skeltec.
Well, avoiding government regulation was a factor.
I'll bet it was. I met a lot of Skeltec employees who are mad at you.
The outcasts. Sentinel hasn't taken care of them yet?
I don't know. Do they have a point? Remember the Neanderthals, all that shit?
The Neanderthals interbred with Homo sapiens. You and I could both have Neanderthal DNA. So their whole idea of the next step of evolution destroying the last, it's nonsense.
So they're not winning Nobel Prizes. Fine. But we still need to work with them. For now. You healed up from the bombing attack? I mean, in your head?
Yeah, well, I had to deal with the aftermath. First team to inspect the site. I still remember all those broken windows, shattered shards of glass. I kept thinking, we can fix those, we can fix those. I got the windows fixed, but I stopped scheduling non-vital meetings in the Skell Foundation head office. It's different than when you see something on TV. It's just reporters and sirens. It's the smell. So acrid it singes your nostrils, like the energy around you has been sucked away, you know?
Yeah, I do.
And the bombers were never caught. We never knew if another one was coming. We suspected the outcast, but now that Sentinel's taken over, I wonder.
And you're the one asked Sentinel to step in.
Yeah, that's on me.
When did you get away from using dollars?
You like the Screds?
I don't understand them.
They're a cryptocurrency. As much as we could, we wanted to get away from the control of international banking.
But it's a made-up money.
All money is made up. It only has value because we all agree on it as a medium of exchange. Everyone in Aurora agrees to use Screds. And Skeltec makes sure to create a limited supply.
So if we all agree to use your play money instead of dollars, the economy still works the same way?
Money's only worth what you think it's worth.
My mind? Blown. I get that Maddox ain't exactly warm and friendly, but why do people hate her?
They don't hate her as much as they fear humanity's evolutionary destiny.
Whoa. That sounds a little intense, even for you.
Grace Maddox is in charge of Skeltec's transhumanist research, Project Deus. Yeah, on a personal level, she's not, fun.
She's also really into herself.
Sure. She's really effective. I gave her a huge budget. She wants more.
You give it to her?
Ayana Puri, my CFO, wouldn't let me. So Maddox cut costs. Instead of spending the time to perfect a true quantum computer, she developed a DNA-based computer that behaves like a quantum computer.
And you know what she's doing with that?
She plans to download her mind onto that computer. I know it sounds a little crazy and unbelievable, but someone will do it. And she should be first.
Sometimes it seems like Harmony is the only Skeltech kid in Aroa.
I don't know. We invited more people to Aurora who had children, but most of them turned us down. It was kind of great having Harmony around.
Kinda worked out, though. There ain't so many kids in Aroa for me to worry about.
Believe me, worrying about Harmony is enough.
You two seem to get along.
Yeah? She treats me like another kid. She's smart, but having her around helps me see things with new eyes.
But aside from her dad, she has no one else here?
No, just me.
Are you and Paul are okay now?
I hope so. I've known her almost her whole adult life, you know?
You're kind of her mentor.
A mentor's more than a boss, more than a friend even. I've guided her entire career. I don't want her to feel betrayed.
She's here now. That's something. It's at least a start. You sure this virus is gonna work?
Absolutely. It's not a computer virus like any other. Yes, it will hack systems, controlling a sector of drones, but this virus includes an evolutionary algorithm.
Machine learning backdoor malware. I like my attacks a little simpler.
But our opponent, the systems, they're too complex to come at them with anything less. But don't worry. Paul and I will make it work.
I hope so, genius. I hope so. So what does a billionaire arms dealer do when he's not manufacturing killing machines?
Skeltech is responsible for an extensive catalog of inventions over the past decades.
I'm listening.
Our first economically viable autonomous machine was the Skel Farmer, a harvester capable of recognizing the range and ripeness of crops. Since then, it's found unintended utility in mining and forestry.
So explain to me how you got from farming drones to war machines.
Our next invention, the Skel Transporter, was the first affordable smart delivery device, a new standard in the industry. The Skel Doctor may interest you, an advanced cousin specialized to carry sensitive medical supplies. You could easily shoot one out of the sky to steal its payload.
Could be useful.
Our Cherubim City and Sky models behave like mobile CCTVs, capable of facial and behavioral identification, and alert authorities in real time. I suggest you steer clear of them if you want to move undetected.
I'll keep that in mind.
My point is that I have dedicated my life to improving the human condition and relieving the population from the crushing weight of repetitive work.
Well, let's see if we can make sure your legacy's intact at the end of this. Genius, I need you to tell me everything you can about all the lethal drones out there.
Of course. Anything I can do to help undo what I've done. It all started with two basic military training drones. The Incubus for ground and its airborne sister, the Succubus. They were then multi-purpose, giving birth to new models. Eamon and his flying sibling Murmur were taught to patrol areas in the wild. Ime and Malphus were designated for location defense. The meanest models were Andres and Stalus, search and destroy drones that the wolves just love.
I'm sure they're all perfectly tailored for whatever Walker's got in mind. Go on.
Behemoths are massive tank-like machines with incredible firepower. You'll mostly find them guarding infrastructure and strategic assets. Azraels, on the other hand, are long-range, high-altitude spy drones. They're capable of recon over a wide array of land and utilize heat sensors and pattern recognition to identify threats and intrusions. They aren't very well suited for battle, though. They mostly just point out targets so that strike forces can do the dirty work.
Thanks, genius. Wish me luck. Explain something to me. This Titan program. Why in the hell would you think it was a good idea to build giant killing machines? Aren't lethal drones enough?
I recognize that smaller drones are already deadly and far more cost-efficient, but I was influenced.
Walker?
He was always complaining that the existing drones didn't have enough media presence. These days, wars are fought on television screens. He wanted titans that could exude charisma and raise hope and simultaneously suffocate the spirit of a nation.
Sounds charming.
I find that once I'm given a task, my inspiration is fueled by the vacuum. I knew that what Walker wanted was entirely unnecessary for counterterrorism, but I got carried away. Now I shudder to imagine what he intended the whole time.
You're not the only one. Stay out of trouble.
Focus is my forte.
How are the kids?
Good days.
Those fools can call him a genius all they want. Those fools can call him a genius all they want.
This shit with Walker has my head spinning.
I still can't believe it.
What if it was him all along?
What do you mean?
What if Walker was the target?
That's...
Think about it. They send us to find a missing ship? Conventional guys can do that. Shit, even the Coast Guard. Why us?
Jesus.
They've had a hard-on for him since the Middle East, you know it. And now he's here? It just doesn't add up.
Yeah, but Walker? He's just...
I saw him. I saw him do it. Smoked ghosts just like they were any other assholes.
But they'd have said something.
Would they? They know our history.
Christ. Give me the good old days when a bad guy was a bad guy. You just knew. This is friggin' whacked.
Weaver was a good man.
I'll say. He didn't take a dump without checking his gear.
He didn't take any chances.
How'd he do it?
Don't.
How did he do it?
Like he was some rabid dog.
Backstabbing piece of shit.
I wonder if Midas made it.
That dude crossed the border outside Juarez, blackout drunk in ranger panties and flip-flops. If anyone can hold it together out here, it's him.
God. Remember that.
If he's out there, we got a shot.
Maybe.
Give me the three of us. You, me, Midas. We'll find that piece of shit, Walker. Run him right into the ground. We got to. For Weaver.
You're not exactly in fighting shape. Are you even gonna be able to walk again?
I better. This ain't no way for me to go out.
Get some rest, pal. This is a pretty fancy setup for some backwoods yokels.
You're telling me. I've seen a lot of this stuff before, like in army hospitals, if you get my drift.
Wouldn't doubt it.
This is as good as any med hooch we've ever had.
Yeah, well, all things being equal, I'd rather be in one of our camps. Or at least I'd know I'd signed up for it. How are you holding up?
Shit, man, I'm golden. Hang on, I've been working on my dance routine.
Probably need to get out of that bed first.
Yeah, my audition at Juilliard may have to wait.
Hope you have a backup plan. That leg's done.
This is killing me. I'm useless here.
You've helped these people.
Sure, I talked them through some guard rotations and security protocols, but still.
We're all doing what we can. I'd rather have you in a fight, but at least I know this place is locked down.
I just can't stand thinking I'm slowing you down.
And I'm just glad you're still around to bug the shit out of me.
Bite me.
I must be some kind of idiot.
Dude, you couldn't have seen Hill switching sides like that.
No, I should have had...
That shit is on him, not you. He made his choice.
How did things get so screwed up?
I can't begin to answer that. So what now?
We got Skell. He's here.
I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but that guy...
What?
I'm just saying. I don't trust him.
Yeah, well, what choice do we have? He says he's got a plan to get control of the drones.
I'll bet he does.
We gotta do something. We got a real problem, man.
What, we out of sour mix?
I mean it. These wolves, they're not regular nuggets.
Yeah, people talk around here. Everyone's scared shitless of them. Harbingers of doom, they say, yada yada yada.
They knew everything I was doing. They're trained, like us. I can only guess they're Walker's new people.
Well, that's not good.
No, it's not. Ghosts, without constraints.
I'll go find the sour mix.
I'm tired.
I keep thinking about Bolivia.
Bolivia?
Yeah, dude. That goat rope in the jungle, shitty intel, no support, damn near got our asses shot off.
The good old days.
I mean, I get it. Tell us just enough to get the job done. Fine. I accepted that a long time ago. But this is next level shit. I thought Bowman was shady.
Bowman was shady.
Yeah, but everything about this just stinks. I can't shake the feeling that they knew what was happening here. They knew and they didn't say shit.
Tell me about it. You have feelings about all this. I can tell.
You know me, sister. I hate everything.
That's not gonna cut it. Seriously. Talk to me.
We're not a solution anymore, lady. We're a means to an end, and that end is usually some CIA bullshit, like El Sueño. We get in the shit, go after some guy so they can cut a deal with him. It's bullshit, and you know it.
What's that got to do with...
Whatever's here on this island, we're not here to kill it. They sent us here to pretty it up and package it out. For them. They're just gonna cut some deal and put this to work for them. Like always.
I don't understand. How does Skell fit into this?
I don't know. I don't have any answers. But I'll tell you someone who does.
Walker. I didn't think things could get much worse than Bolivia, you know? I thought those crazy mercs were the toughest guys we'd ever see.
Remember those little scamps? What fun.
We knew the cartel was hiring former special forces, but damn.
Right? With their bake sales and PTA meetings.
Did you ever stop being a smartass?
Nope.
Well, bad as those guys were, these wolves might be a whole lot worse. They're trained by Walker. This isn't gonna be easy.
It never is. That's why they send us.
Right, with our broken legs and all our gear blown up.
Now who's a smart ass?
Remember Sam Fisher? He said something back then that's been bugging me lately.
That you have the worst taste in clothes?
I'm serious. It was during Operation Watchman. He was deleting files he retrieved from a source. He said guys like us were gonna be out of a job soon. I didn't think much of it until coming here.
No shit. Imagine grunt drones. Operator drones. You won't have to worry about them being hungry or sad or tired. Shit, they wouldn't break their damn legs falling out of a crashing helo, rendering them useless and totally unable to help their goddamn teammate finish a mission.
You're totally helping me. You remind me I'm not as ugly as I could be. That's huge, buddy.
Easy. I make the jokes around here.
Remember Twitch?
Twitch. Holy shit, she'd be having a field day out here.
I know. Wish we had her here now. She's supposed to be the best in the world with drones, and she must know a lot about Skell technology.
You think she'd dig this? Killer drones and a private army on the loose?
I just know we could sure use her help on this. You're not exactly walking too well, so, fighting killer drones is gonna be tough.
That is not nice. See if I make you a margarita now.
Do you remember Silent Spade?
Unidad's attempt to become a nuclear power. No, I never heard of it.
Wasn't Skell-Tech a part of all that? I keep remembering this one warehouse. I swear I saw Skell logos all over the place. God damn it, It's fuzzy, but I'm sure it was.
Doesn't that seem a teensy bit out of line with their mission statement? Nukes?
Maybe they didn't know. Maybe Unidad was misusing their technology. Maybe it was all bullshit. Or maybe Skeltech isn't what everyone thinks it is.
I better not get nuked on this tiny little piece of shit island. I'm serious. I will be very upset if I do.
We're well beyond nukes, I think. It's a new century, war has evolved. I'd worry about something more subtle, and way more dangerous, whatever that looks like. I'm having trouble making sense of some things.
Jesus, Tony. Okay, one more time. The knife is for cutting the food, the spoon is for eating it. We'll stay away from the fork for now. You'll just hurt yourself.
Right. Thanks. So anyway, asshole.
You're welcome.
Walker was chasing that Skeltech engineer in Bolivia, same as we were, right?
Yeah?
And he claimed it was about getting at Bowman, but...
What, lady?
What if he was working for Skell? That engineer sold a lot of sensitive information, so what if Skell sent Walker to clean that up?
Can't say I like the sound of that.
It would explain a lot.
Christ. I like it better when you're struggling with your utensils.
Seriously, man, you need to recover. You're way better with drone technology than I am. I need you out there.
Well, you're just gonna have to suck it up, Buttercup. Maybe if you had paid attention in cross-training.
I did, asshole, but it's your speciality. I'm just not as good with those things.
We all have our part to play, right? You've got your wheelhouse, and we all stay pretty much out of your way when you're working. That's how this goes. Keep pushing yourself with new challenges. Learn everything you can. Rally other folks to fill in the gaps.
That's great and all, but I still need you, man.
Aw, you like me. You really like me.
I don't know why I bother.
Brother, I know what you're doing, and I appreciate it. I do. God knows I feel useless as hell holed up here. You're just gonna have to find another me. I know what you're doing, and I appreciate it. I do. God knows I feel useless as hell holed up here. You're just gonna have to find another me.
Another you. Like that could possibly exist anywhere.
Aw, I may cry.
Go to hell. Later, brother.
Later.
Those fools can call him a genius all they want. Jace Skell is a moron.
What do we got, Mads?
Goddamn Sentinel surveillance.
What now?
I need to keep over 100 people fed, but I can't move anything bigger than a wheelbarrow without Sentinel spotting it.
Why don't I shut down the network? Buy you a window.
You can do that? Yeah, that could work.
What's good for you is good for me. Lucky you found this place.
Rowan Brown knew about this place for a while. We figured sacred ground always makes good sanctuary.
It's pretty damp, though.
It's still a work in progress, all right? We've managed to stay under the radar so far. With all of you, our people, a bunch of Skeltech employees. I don't think you've got room to complain.
Hey, I'm not complaining. This place is great. You take care of your people like a good NCO.
They're their own people. We've no leaders here. Even so, I guess most people do look to me.
Probably what Uncle Sam saw in you, I'd bet. Where'd you serve?
26 Expeditionary. I was infantry in Liberia and the Balkans. UN support off the Somali coast.
The NCO pension didn't suit you?
I got tired of fighting over oil. So when the good old US of A stopped pretending we had any other purpose, so did I. Served out the rest of my enlistment and decided to stay.
If I was you, I would have left the island when Skeltech moved in.
Skell wasn't so bad at the start.
Until he made killer drones and turned the island into an exclusion zone.
Obviously.
Yeah, technology can be a pain in the ass.
Yep.
You said Maria's your old lady?
I'd jump into fire for that woman.
You met here on Aroa?
She moved here as a child. She was about 20 when we got together. Some people find me prickly, if you can believe that. But she saw right through me. I've been searching my whole life for someone like her. She's as responsible for our success as Rowan and me.
How's it feel having Skell here?
He's just a person. Granted, not exactly my kind of people. Part of me is disappointed. The man can talk. Even had me starting to believe he was different.
But then came the drones.
Then came the drones. I wonder how many times in his career he's claimed more credit than he deserved. Now all he wants to do is give it away. Hopefully he makes himself useful. Time will tell. In the meantime, I'll talk with Fox instead.
Fair enough. I'm sorry about those folks who died trying to make it to the Wasp.
Appreciate you saying so, I guess. I ain't left Aroa since I decided to stay. Most of us are homesteading here. We made a point of cutting ourselves off from everything.
Small price to pay for paradise.
Once. But now we can't leave.
So you pay a higher price to take it back.
Maybe. But these people aren't warriors. Whatever survived, I get the feeling it wouldn't be the same. Aroa'd be ruined. Just another place where people died.
A lot of new faces around.
Yours included.
It's good of you. Sharing your food, patching us up, and, giving us a place to rest. I know it must be a strain.
Something on your mind?
I'm wondering, how long is this place gonna be a secret?
You think I haven't thought of that? Or what happens if one of these victims turns out to be a Sentinel soldier? I owe my people. I know that. I'll do whatever I have to protect them, first, last, and only if it comes to that.
I get it. But first you have to survive. How come you didn't mention the outcasts before?
Outcasts? They're just disgruntled Skeltech folks, having an attack of conscience. They mostly just make noise, loud protests and theatrics.
Haven't you got an enemy in common?
Whatever Skell does to the rest of the world's got nothing to do with us. And if the outcasts have something they want to atone for, that's their business. We were here before all of them, and we'll be here after.
Looks like the outcasts are just stupid protest kids with too much high explosive.
What are you talking about?
They never meant to kill anyone.
Is that supposed to be an excuse?
They're trying to make up for what they've done.
Good for them. But there's still plenty of hell to pay before they break even in my book.
They've got people everywhere. You've got people here. We need them. They'll get better.
I hope so.
It'd be a pretty island, without all the military contractors and killer drones.
Used to be. I'd get some leave and just walk. I'd spend whole weeks just walking around with a pack on my shoulder.
Yeah, I'm probably getting my share of sightseeing.
These islands have changed hands so much it's like a time capsule. I keep telling myself, one day, I'll get back out there, just see it all again before I'm too old to make the trip. Then again, who knows how far I'd get now.
I just came from an abandoned mining town.
Oh yeah. Around 1870, explorers from New Zealand found a gold vein inside the mountains and Aroa had a little gold rush.
Nothing left?
That mine barely lasted 50 years.
Why didn't any of you take over the town?
Some of the younger guys like poking around there. You can always find something. But those buildings are all rotted through. No one in his right mind would live there.
You homesteaders must hate Skeltech's automated farms.
I'm sure some of us would jump at the idea, so long as it meant they were still off-grid.
Come on, seriously? I thought you guys were about living off the earth, being one with nature and all that stuff.
Where'd you get that hippie crap? People got different reasons for being here, Nomad.
And what are yours?
They're mine, is what they are.
So what happened here?
What didn't happen? Skeltech. It's utopia. This place was paradise before they showed up with their toys.
Come on, digging in the dirt, worrying if you're gonna have a good crop, weathering hurricanes without any infrastructure. That's paradise?
It was ours. It meant something. These people came here and brought the devil with them.
People always bring the devil with them.
Those people out there, they brought a few extra and they can have them. We're gonna weather the storm here.
So you've got your people, but screw the rest of them.
I got enough people to think about.
Is living in a cave your idea of homesteading?
With Sentinel stomping through the wild, we needed someplace off-grid. Wasn't always like this, you know. Used to be better.
Yeah?
Sure. Even with Skell and everything. Won't say it was like we were swapping recipes and PTA carpooling, but we got along. There was respect. Things took a turn after the bombing, though.
Got bad, huh?
Started with the curfews and checkpoints. Sentinel soldiers beating people, snatching them up. It's like some kind of nightmare. We had to run. We ain't cut out to fight a war.
And the tighter Sentinel's grip got, the worse it got.
We're simple people, but we're living like vermin, and these soldiers are hunting us down. We hide here and we make the best of it.
I've seen this before. Too many times.
I'm sure you have.
How are Fox and Harmony holding up?
Bit of a miracle they made it this far. That man couldn't find his nose without a mirror.
He took a big chance trying to get off the island.
And he's got a kid to think about. Things go south, he can't take care of himself, let alone her.
Nobody does it alone.
No, you're right. I've known Fox and Harmony for a little while. I just worry about them. They know they have a home here with us.
Maybe you need to remind Fox. Put him at ease.
Yeah.
Mads, what do your people know about the wolves? They don't seem to fit into Sentinel so well.
They're all sons of bitches.
Yeah, but I don't get the chain of command.
Trey Stone runs Sentinel. His men ain't always the cream of the crop. The wolves are Walker's troops. Now they scare me. They're motivated, well-trained, and efficient.
I've seen that firsthand.
Gossip is that Stone and Walker don't really get along. I don't think Walker's the play well with others type.
You have no idea.
Okay.
Between Stone, Walker, and Paula Madeira, Jay Skell doesn't seem that good at keeping friends.
Nope.
I guess a rich guy like that, a big tech boss, everybody must be wanting something from him.
Maybe. But if folks keep turning on you, sooner or later you gotta ask yourself what part you played.
Nah, he got used.
Dr. Madeira seems to feel like she's the one got used.
She's an engineer, so she's not a doctor.
Does that mean she's wrong?
I guess not. You heard. Jay Skell's been bleeding cash trying to cure the disease that Paula's husband's got.
I don't get why that's a big deal.
Nobody's tried to cure it before because not enough people have it. Jace could spend millions on a cure and never see a profit.
Well, I guess he never did seem like a money-grubbing Scrooge.
I'll tell you, AI is running too much out there.
When people started putting it all over their homes, that Internet of Things crap, that's when all doubt about homesteading left my mind.
We're only 2 steps away from letting AI make all the big decisions.
Who do you think is making all them micro trades that move the stock market up and down? Who do you think decides if you get that home loan? Who analyzes all the population data that decides government policy?
You've thought about...
Maybe you should think about it more. How much AI are you carrying onto the battlefield?
You expect a lot more of your people will find their way here?
There's plenty of room.
A lot of folks living in a confined space. It leaves a big signature.
Backup? Under the trail?
It's hard. Living on the run, hiding, living in fear. You're doing right by them.
We take them in, we leave them in the wild, same thing. Everything's a risk. At least here, I know people are getting what they need. It ain't perfect, I know. But it's the best solution I got for now.
I don't get how the drones aren't seeing you here.
Well, that's all Jericho. Set up special nets at the openings that hide us from the sensors. Cave walls, take care of the rest. It's a little smarter than I am, so I'll let you ask her if you need more technical details.
Yeah, thanks. You don't look like Skeltec employees.
No. I used to be a Marine at the naval station here. Some of the folks you see, like Maria, my old lady, they lived on the station with their families. When the Navy shut the place down in the 90s, a few of us stayed and homesteaded. We worked a long time to make a place for ourselves on Aroa.
And now you're in Sentinel's way.
Most of my people are holing up here for now. I ain't been home in a dog's age, but I'll stand by any man or woman in green. You soldiers can stay as long as you don't cause trouble. And you lend a hand.
We appreciate it.
What if they come around that flank? You're screwed.
I'll talk to you later.
See ya.
Dreamers are naive.
Under the trail?
I don't have much time. One of Walker's lackeys, one of the wolves, Walker beat him severely. Others have been killed. I don't know if they were deserting, if they were traitors. I don't know why Walker did that. That wolf, he knows something. He must. He was spotted near Ancient Harbor. You have to hurry.
Stay out of trouble.
Focus is my forte.
I recognize her from Skeltec's public announcement videos. Who is she?
Her? That's Ayana Puri. She's Skeltec's CFO. She's incredibly driven and loyal. She's been CFO for over 10 years. Hell, for business purposes, she is Skeltec.
Was she close to Skel?
Oh, extremely. They used to work together at the head office in Infinity.
If they were so close, what's she doing helping Sentinel?
I have no idea.
Open your eyes. It's right there in front of you. She's working with Sentinel because she was tired of being number 2. This is her shot to become the queen of Skeltec.
But what could she have wanted? She had everything. She was one of the most respected women in business.
She might have had everything, but she was still in Skel's shadow. Now there's no one in front of her. Skel runs all the industry on Aroa, but what about the people who live on the island? Is he in charge of their lives too?
Oh no, the people of Aroa ran their own government. The capital is in the City of Liberty. we used to hold elections and have a parliament that represents the people and creates the laws on the island.
And what happens when people break these laws?
Well, we have our own court where people can plead their case.
But Skeltec pays for all of this, right?
They do. They provide whatever the citizenry ask for.
As long as it meets their agenda.
Anyone on Aroa who disagrees with Skeltec's agenda is free to leave.
Is that Sentinel's policy?
No. Now that they've taken over, they've shut down everything.
I guess the government of Aroa didn't have so much power after all. Fox, I have to tell you something.
What? What's wrong?
Not all of the scientists made it. Some died in Herzog's prison.
But they were just scientists. These goddamn tyrants are always preying upon scientists. They treat us like they're little toys, using us to make themselves more powerful and then throwing us away like we're nothing.
They had to know there was some risk when they signed up to secretly develop weapons.
No. Scientists use science for good. It's the men who own it who choose to do evil.
I suppose they could have just given Herzog what she wanted. But they chose to die, rather than to let her use their technology to hurt other people. They should be remembered for that.
You're right. I'm going to spend the rest of my life making sure everyone knows that.
This must be a lot to take right now. Why don't you get some rest? The fight isn't over, and we still need you.
You're right. Thank you for saving the ones you could.
What can you tell me about the Natural Hazards Control?
The NHC? How do you know about that?
I saw a station on Good Hope Mountain.
Ah, yes. That's our contingency.
Contingency?
We're out in the middle of nowhere. We need to be able to protect ourselves in the event of a natural disaster. Once the volcano on Gollum Island went active, well, we had to do something to make sure that everyone on Aroa felt safe.
And how exactly is Skell planning to keep people safe against a volcano?
Massive shelters, enough to house 30,000 people, the whole island. They're also designed to protect against hurricanes and tsunamis. The NHC is also in constant contact with a weather station to warn us about any threats. Like everything Skell does, he built it to the extreme.
And I'm willing to bet that means they're under heavy surveillance. You mentioned emails before. I'm assuming Aroa is connected to the internet.
Skeltec is one of the most advanced tech companies in the world. Of course we have internet. We even have our own private network. Everything is connected to a next-gen, uncentralized 6G network. It's light years ahead of the traditional server-client set.
That's great, but I don't know what any of that means. Just tell me one thing. Can it connect to the mainland?
Sure. It's connected by an underwater cable that runs from Aroa to New Zealand. There's also a backup satellite connection in case the cable is ever damaged.
Great. Where can I find them?
You can't get to them as long as Sentinel Corp runs the island's security. That's a dead end. They both run through the Aurora Internet Control Center. Unfortunately, it's way up in Silent Mountain. The only way to get to it is by flying shuttle. Once Sentinel took over, the first thing they did was take control of the center and ground the shuttles.
To keep people from getting a message out?
To control and filter messages coming both in and out. They own us here.
I saw what's left of the Skell Foundation in Infinity. Now I get why everyone's so worked up about terrorists.
That day left a big scar on this island. I don't think we've ever recovered.
Why attack the Foundation? They don't manufacture anything there, and all the data inside must be backed up somewhere else.
It was the face of Skeltec, the symbol of Skell's greatness.
Someone wanted to send a very clear message.
Over 40 souls were lost to send that message. Skell ordered the building not to be repaired. He wanted it to be a memorial.
Skell told me about a hospital in Liberty. What can you tell me about it?
It's one of the best in the world for starters. Everything is state-of-the-art. They're even using AI to help make diagnoses. They do a lot of groundbreaking work, cyber prosthetics, cosmetic surgery, well-being therapy. And the best part is, it's all free to anyone on Aroa.
I'll have to remember that if I need to get patched up.
You might want to make an appointment before you go. There's been a lot more patients since Sentinel took over.
I bet it doesn't help that there's no way to get doctors or supplies in with the island on lockdown.
Even worse, Sentinel soldiers get priority. They get real suspicious of any civilians coming in with injuries. Now people are afraid to see a doctor because they're afraid of being interrogated.
Skell mentioned a data farm on Aroa. What can you tell me about it?
Shoot, what do you want to know? It's where Skeltech stores everything. I mean, the whole place runs out of that data farm. The facility is so huge, they had to build it up on a mountainside in Silent Mountain.
Must be pretty important.
You have no idea. Skell wants to use it to store all of mankind's knowledge for all eternity. I mean everything, from how to start a fire with a couple of rocks to ion thrusters. And he wants to make it available to everyone across the globe. The complete democratization of knowledge.
How could he possibly get all of mankind's knowledge in the first place?
Easy. The internet. It's all there. We just had to write the proper algorithms to pull the information out and classify it. It was a huge operation.
Was?
Well, now the Sentinel shut the internet off, we can't harvest information anymore.
Thanks for the help, Fox. I'll see you later. How do you put up with Mads?
Oh, he's not so bad. Once you get past that prickly shell, he's the perfect teddy bear when you need a cuddle in the cold night.
I'll leave the cuddling to you. Besides, I'm still getting that prickly shell.
He just takes a little patience. We don't suffer fools out here. My husband sees something catawampus, he smacks it till it's straight.
Then I'll make sure I'm squared away. What happened in Freeport? I just don't know what to say. You have my condolences.
Thank you. Those people were family. They were good people, didn't do no harm to nobody. It burns me to think that the last thing they saw was some damned machine trying to kill them. It ain't right.
Sentinel's gonna pay for what they did. I'm gonna see to it. Personally.
We need justice.
You have my word.
And thank you for all you did, saving the people you could.
Just make sure Fox and Harmony have what they need.
They'll want for nothing as long as they're here. That poor girl. She's too young to live through something like that. It ain't good for a child to know about those things.
Fox is a good father. He'll protect her.
I'm sure he will. But still, it ain't easy raising a child. I can attest to that. But out here, with all this madness going on and a youngin' to take care of on your own, it can't be easy.
How are the homesteaders feeling about Skell now?
Well, that's not so simple. Nobody's really thrilled with him, as you could have guessed. They avoid him, like the plague. But that suits him just fine. He don't have to mingle with us anyway.
Can't they just learn to live without the small talk?
I suppose I'll have to. People here seem to respect him more now. I guess that's what you call it. We thought he was a heartless fool before. But now, maybe he was just naive. You can't fault a man for that. I see that he really is dedicated and hardworking, and those are values that we homesteaders hold very dear to us.
I'll see you around.
You be safe out there.
Yes, ma'am.
How are the kids?
Good days and bad. You're a little far from home, aren't you?
I'm here on work. This is no vacation.
You don't look like the typical tourist. In fact, you look like you have a little bit of soldier in you.
What's your story?
I came here looking for a little peace. Instead, I found the wolves.
It sounds like we have a common enemy. What can you tell me about them?
I've been doing recon on those pricks for months now. They're different than regular Sentinel. They're more like you. They're highly specialized. They work in small teams and they're lethal. They got their own off sites all to themselves. They hardly ever leave. They just train.
I'll have to pay them a visit.
What? You got a death wish? You can't fight them alone. They're too good. You'll need a full team to take them on.
Can I count you in?
Like I said, I came here looking for peace. But that doesn't mean I can't tell you where to find a fight. Let me know when you're ready. You'll need a team, so either bring your own or I'll help you find one. Then I'll show you where to find the Wolves' current offsite, and you can get down to business.
Rowan, you got a little military in you.
I guess I still look the part. Hard to wash that stink off, huh?
Tell me about it. Who are you with?
Army, 10th Mountain.
Good. That ought to come in handy.
Can't tell who you're with, though. I'd call that a non-standard uniform.
We need deniability sometimes. And honestly, I wear what's comfortable. They let us get away with a lot.
Ah, you're one of those people.
I guess I am.
Reckon you can't tell me the name of your unit.
I could, but...
You'd have to kill me. Right. So, where were you before?
The 2-4, Special Tactics Squadron. I'm a controller.
Air Force?
AFSOC. I was attached to TF Blue for a few years before I got picked up here. Was with Task Force 145 in '06. Hunter-killer team.
Hunter-killer, huh?
Something like that.
Good. We got lots that needs hunting and killing around here. So, where were you before?
Second Forcon till '06. Then I helped stand up MARSOC.
A Marine, huh? Shit. I fought with you guys in Afghanistan back in '05. Tough bastards.
I was there in '05, up in the Korengal.
Well, I'm glad you're here now.
Wish I could say the same.
Come on. I never met a Marine who wasn't up for a good fight. So, where were you before?
I was Navy. Did a few years on the teams before joining DevGru.
SEAL, huh? Did some work with them in Baghdad chasing the deck of cards.
I was there in '03, '06, and '08. We took down our fair share of the deck.
Glad to have you on this one.
Wish the situation on the ground was friendlier.
Don't worry. Shouldn't be nothing for a knuckle-dragger like you. So, where were you before?
I was at Group, then went over the fence.
Delta Force, huh? Spooky, spooky.
No one really calls it that anymore. But yeah, I did about 8 years at the unit.
Well, shit, man. We got the right guy for the job then, don't we?
Ask me again when it's over.
There ain't nothing on this island a snake eater like you can't handle. So, where were you before?
375 for 12 years.
A ranger. I should have known. Ran into a few of your guys in Afghanistan back in '03.
'03. I was there. Busy time.
No shit.
Oh yeah. Jumped into Kandahar in '01. Then went back in '03, '05, '06, '08, and '09.
Well, you definitely smell like a ranger. So, where were you before?
First group. 13 years.
Green Beret. I worked with a few of you boys back in Afghanistan. '02 and '03.
I was there in '01 and '02. '03 we headed out to Baghdad for some easy living.
Those mountains in Afghanistan were a bitch to fight in, weren't they?
A lot tougher than fighting all of the bureaucratic red tape stateside.
Well, if you're looking for a tough fight, you found one here. So, where were you before?
Maybe we can talk about it another time. A lot of water under a lot of bridges.
No worries, brother.
So, Rowan, how is it that you settled here on Aroa?
You know, classic stuff. Came to the island, found peace, didn't mind the neighbors until they pulled out the killer drones. The usual.
I'll see you later.
Cool. The battlefield will need more blood. Makes the green grass grow, right?
Let's get you suited up.
Confirmation of last known position. I need cover! Raj, let's get on it.
We need to find them before they kill us! We're losing them! We need to find them before they kill us! I got hostiles over here!
Hey!
Down him! Come on, get some! Nailed him! Okay, lead out! Nailed him! Hostile slipped away. Let's go find him. Getting out of here! Your ass is dead! Hostile hit! Oh, Jesus! Man down! It's on us! Find him and destroy him! Contact! Eyes on hostiles! Roger that. Hit him hard! You're dead, asshole! I need cover!
What? They're coming! Take cover! See a bad guy! Annihilate them!